$4.90, who was never on the track at Newcastle at its only race start. This 3-year-old filly by Woodman, trained by Gay Waterhouse. Now we have Fighting Padrille out of line. In fact, it's the only one to move in now. Fighting Padrille is the last one to move forward. It goes in now, and they're all in. Field of 8 for the third, Kembla Grange. Careful Love, the favourite. It is at 3:30, and they're sets. Red lights flash. The maiden over 1,400 metres and they're racing. It was one of the best away. Careful Love towards the inside. Araloo and Stars not far away early. La Trojan's up there. And at its first race start, Rain Salute is showing speed as well. Settling down in fifth, one off the rail. Dezilla on the outside of Ollie. Colwez is second last. And Fighting Padrillas at the back. Rain Salute at the 950 clears out now and leads by 2 lengths. La Trojan, who covers up Careful Love. Araloo and Star fourth on the inside of Dezilla. They were followed by Ollie from Colwez and Fighting Padrillas last of all. They swing towards the side of the track. The field of 8 at the 800. Rain Salute a clear leader by 2 lengths. La Trojan. Careful Love is third. Dezilla fourth. Araloo and Star fifth on the inside from Fighting Padrille Ollie, and 2 lengths to Colwez last of all would spot the leader 8. Coming to the corner at the 600. Rain Salute for Shane Moses leads by 3/4 of a length. La Trojan, who gets off the fence, joining in up to a clear third. 3 wide Dezilla. Careful Love behind them. Then Araloo and Star Fighting Padrille from Ollie, and Colwez last of all at the 400. Rain Salute grabbed by Dezilla in the centre. Dezilla strikes the front up the 300 metres, kicked away 2.5 in front of Araloo and Star. La Trojan Fighting Padrille back behind them. Careful Love. Dezilla goes for home at the 200. Dezilla 3 lengths in front of Araloo and Star Fighting Padrille, then Ollie and Colwez, but Dezilla's all over a winner. 100 metres to go. Races clear, a comprehensive win. Dezilla by 3 lengths. Araloo and Star Fighting Padrille third, and Ollie has finished fourth. Then Colwez, Careful Love, then Rain Salute, and it's one of the last ones to finish with La Trojan. Number 5 Dezilla, $4.140 has taken it. George Scamone and Gwenda Markwell. Number 5 Dezilla, that's its first win from 14 starts, had been placed on 5 other occasions before today. Number 5 Dezilla from 6 Araloo and Star, and Fighting Padrille is officially third. 5, 6 and 7 after the third. The race time 1:25.11, 1:25.11, 5, 6, 7 official.
An easy race of 40,000 people. It's their second biggest day aside from Doncaster Derby Day during the autumn. Dane Bar is the hot favourite for this race, $2.20, and each way hopes Quali, $7.40 for Waz, $7.80 Fuji, $8.10 for Gallant, Bold Politician, $12.38 Rouge Homme, and then $26 for Strasbourg, the Cedars, $11, Yasu Melbourne, $39. So the betting order in which they appear, it's Dane Bar, a clear favourite at $2.10. The Main Danger is for Waz, and this will also be ridden today by Matthew Carl, who spoke...
They're racing. Belciano jumped well. The roar from the crowd as one of the first out is Scarvilla, Kenzai.
The most important move was possibly coming to the home corner where I'd allowed others to get into the race and I stayed on the fence where I was. I thought it was a mistake because nothing was moving when we came into the straight. But after we straightened, they did shift and I got the beautiful run through.
Kenzai's got up on the rails. Larry Olsen driving it through. Kenzai's run to Empire Rose. Kenzai's taken the lead and Kenzai won the cup.
Right on the post, it sort of hits you and possibly it doesn't dawn on you properly until probably about 50 yards past the post when you realise that you've won the Melbourne Cup, and of course you're just overcome with emotion. It's every jockey's dream. It doesn't matter where they are, but particularly here in Australia, the Melbourne Cup it's our holy grail. It's the event of the year. It's the race where it forms part of our history. You know, it's recognition that you get far beyond you could ever believe, and I think for me it's I suppose self-fulfillment as a jockey.
Got Dane Bar still away from the line, about to walk in now, in line for the hat-trick. Fuji is coming up. Yasu Melbourne, the Cedars, along with Far Waz and Strasbourg still away from the stalls over here at the 1600 for the Victoria's Basement Plate. Dane Bar has had the 3 runs back from a spill, second at Kembla Grange at his first run since resuming, and then a double at Hawkesbury over the 1400 metres on both occasions and up to the 1600 here. Far Waz ran a good race at Rosehill recently. He's been on his toes from the time they went out onto the track. Now the Cedars walks in, and the last up to line will be Strasbourg, one of 2 runners that Bart has in the event, Galante being the other. Galante in the famous black and white check, yellow sleeves, black and white check cap. They're all set now. They're off in the second of the day, and Bold Politician and Yasu Melbourne a little slowly away. The Cedars jumped quickly. So did Fuji, and Dane Bar was out well, and not far away is Galante. But as they sort themselves out, and here's Bold Politician rushing forward to lead now from Fuji, the Cedars, and Galante, then Dane Bar, followed by Strasbourg, Rouge Homme, Far Waz. Awali next to last, and Yasu Melbourne drops out to last. They race onto the first corner, and here the leader is Bold Politician, a half length on the Cedars. Fuji running third, followed closely by the stablemates Galante and Strasbourg having no luck. Then Dane Bar inside Rouge Homme, and Far Waz is out pretty wide, and Awali in company with Yasu Melbourne are the last pair. They sweep to the side and come down past the 800 marker, and Bold Politician from the Cedars, Strasbourg, and then comes Galante. Fuji locked up, and so too is Dane Bar. A length further back in the field is Far Waz, followed by Rouge Homme at a couple Awali and Yasu Melbourne. Moving towards the corner, 500 out in the second here at Royal Randwick, and Bold Politician leads the way. A length and a half on the Cedars, followed by Galante, Strasbourg and Fuji park behind them. Dane Bar trying to get into the clear, and Far Waz is. In the stretch and over the rise they travel, and Far Waz sprinting quickly after Galante, Strasbourg and Bold Politician with the Cedars. Dane Bar's going backwards, and here comes Awali. Awali didn't jump well, but quickly put pay to them, and Awali about a length on Far Waz and Strasbourg, but this is a decent performance. Awali wins it well from second Far Waz and third Strasbourg, followed by Rouge Homme in company with the Cedars, Dane Bar, and then Galante, Fuji, Yasu Melbourne and Bold Politician dropped out to run last. That was a good performance. Number 2, Awali, ridden by Brad Pengelly for Oliver Kuhlman, has been able to score here and pay 7.20 and 2.50. Didn't jump all that brilliantly, but Brad didn't panic and gave this good-looking unbridled song gelding plenty of time to settle down, and brought with a beautifully timed run by Bradley, was able to win, and 7.20 and 2.50. You'll find the placings will be 2, 3 and 9. Far Waz battled on well by Secret Savings, trained by Graham Rogers and ridden by Matthew Carl. And Strasbourg's run, he's a magnificent horse, Strasbourg, in stature. He was no way near the rails at any stage, and he's still been able to run a drum. And number 8 was the official 4th, Rouge Homme. 2, 3, 9 and 8. And the disappointment was Dane Bar. They got away from him in the straight, Dane Bar. Margins, 3/4, a half neck, 135.50, 35.45 was the last 600 and the official totes. Number 2, Awali, paid 7.20 and 2.50. Number 3, second, Far Waz, paid 1.90. And number 9, third, Strasbourg, $8.10.
Awali winning race 2 at Randwick this afternoon, and in great form at the moment. That's a hat-trick of wins, or 2 wins straight now for Awali, trained by Oliver Kuhlman, and it was rated on top by our Sky Ratings with 100, well clear of its rivals, so good value. Now at more...
Cap day. Set to go. racing. And now Tuareg began fast, seconds to spare, had a bump with Marbahay soon after the jump. Silverstone got away well with Wardroom. Danza Dash not showing any dash in the early part down towards the flat side. Hernster's going across behind him, and then Go Forever. And wider out then is Desert Drummer, and Life's About is one of the last on the flat side. As they settle now to the grandstand, Eye for an Eye, the widest runners out there with High Occupancy, and Cross Current is against the rail. Piatna is just behind them, and they're followed by Kahea. And then Quatrefoil, who's last of the grandstand division. As they come along to the 400-metre mark now, Wardroom over on the flat side, sprinted away. Seconds to spare is starting to come home reasonably well. Silverstone is gone, and then Marbuhay on the grandstand side. Piatna racing greenly, goes up to tackle Cross Current and High Occupancy, but on the other side, with 100 metres to go, Wardroom in front, seconds to spare coming after it, and then Piatna and Cross Current on this side. Wardroom still just in front, they're coming to the line, and this is very, very close. Wardroom on the inside, Cross Current on the grandstand rail. Very hard to line them up. Seconds to spare is up there with Piatna. We'll leave this one to the judge for the first. Then Life's About Marbuhay, followed by Tuareg behind them, and then came Eye for an Eye. High Occupancy in that bunch, and then Quatrefoil followed by Kahea Hernster, and then Desert Drummer towards the end. Go Forever. Silverstone showed pace before weakening, and Danza Dash has finished at the tail of the field.
It was the Matthew Ellerton trained Cross Current scoring victory down the grandstand side in the first at Flemington, paying $16.60 and $5.20. Piatna and Wardroom were the minor place getters. Quinella $237 and the trifecta on the numbers 2, 10 and 15, paying just under $10,000. Now let's have a look at a replay of race 2 at Flemington today. For the stayers, the Lavasa Long Black Open Handicap over 2,800 metres.
They're about to break. Off. Hey Pronto didn't jump all that well. Raging Rhino got out nicely, and so did Shabiri. In the early stages, Zamarin was away all right towards the leading horses, and Skinjate is up there. Oxford Dollar scooting over their heels to try and get a position over near the fence. As they come down towards the 200 metres the first time round, and it's a great charge here, about 5 across the track. Skinjate's booting up wide out on the course, and he'll eventually go to the lead now. Ahead of Shabiri, Crescent. On his outside is Homewrecker. 2 lengths My Decision. Hey Pronto on the rails. A length and a half Zamarin. Then Raging Rhino, Oxford Dollar, followed by Lockie and Our Fireman Sam towards the tail, with West Highland Way last of all. They leave the straight out to the 2,100 metres, and Skinjate's on top by a length and a half. In second placing is Homewrecker on the outside of Shabiri. A length and a half further back is Crescent, getting a good trail. Hey Pronto got his head up, he didn't like that crossing. My Decision's forward and around him, and then Zamarin, followed by Raging Rhino. A length and a half to Oxford Dollar, followed by Lockie, Our Fireman Sam, and 2 to West Highland Way. Skinjate the leader at the 1,800, out by about 2 lengths here to Homewrecker, and moving up on the outside now My Decision. He gets up into second placing. Shabiri back the rail, 4th in the bright yellow, as My Decision strides to the front. In 5th spot then came Crescent, followed by Hey Pronto on the rail. A length and a half to Zamarin, and then Raging Rhino. Another length and a half to Oxford Dollar. Then Lockie. 2 lengths further back is Our Fireman Sam, and West Highland Way last of all. At the 1,200 metres, and My Decision is the leader at the 1,400 rather, and he's by 3. Skinjate is second. Homewrecker is third. Shabiri is on the inside. A length and a half further back is Crescent on the outside of Hey Pronto, and he's followed then by Zamarin and Raging Rhino the fence. Another length and a half behind them, Oxford Dollar, and then Lockie, Our Fireman Sam, and 3 to West Highland Way. As they head along now towards the 1,000-metre mark, and My Decision out by more than 3. He's bowling clear from Skinjate, 2 Homewrecker Shabiri. Then came Crescent. He's had a beautiful run on the outside of Hey Pronto. 2 lengths further back is Zamarin, Raging Rhino, Oxford Dollar, and then came Lockie. Our Fireman Sam second last, and West Highland Way is still last of all. They put the 800 behind them, and My Decision still with a nice lead before the turn. 4 lengths clear. Skinjate is second. Homewrecker is third. Shabiri on the inside, and there goes Crescent starting his run. They're followed by Hey Pronto, who's come away from the rails as they corner, and then Zamarin, Raging Rhino, Lockie, and West Highland Way still last. My Decision has company at the turn. Homewrecker and Crescent have gone up quickly. A fall there. Let's see. There's 2 or 3 of them. Skinjate and Raging Rhino, 2 fallers at the bend. Crescent races after Homewrecker at the 300. Shabiri the rail. Hey Pronto the outside. Oxford Dollar running on at the 200. Gauchi drives Shabiri through on the inside, but Hey Pronto's coming
coming home hard the middle. Hey Pronto hits the lead now. Crescent can't go with him. Oxford Dollar runs on, but it's Hey Pronto the top weight, too good. Hey Pronto first, by a length Crescent. Shabiri third, Oxford Dollar 4. West Highland Way ran on when it was all over. Then Zamarin. Next in was Our Five and Sam Lockie and Homewrecker. My Decision is last. The two fallers go past the post. And let's see, the two riders look to be okay at first glance. They're both sitting up.
Hey Pronto for Gay Waterhouse and Jim Cassidy winning race 2 at Flemington this afternoon. He was well fancied, $4.20 and $1.90. Second placing to Crescent. Third Shabiri. Quinella $11.60 and the trifecta $1.914, $183.70. The two horses that fell, Skinjatay and Raging Rhino, okay. Skinjatay was ridden by Glenn Boss. He is okay to ride for the rest of the day. Kieran McAvoy didn't take part in race 3, but he has been passed fit to ride for the remainder of the program at Flemington. Now let's have a look at the replay of the third event today, a special conditions race for mares over 1,700 metres.
1,700 metres for the mares. Off they go. Staff Party was headed in the early stages by Ina's Treasure. Sophie Princess jumped well. Miss Bombastic got away quickly. Something Hot is drifting back and is going to settle towards the end. At the 1,500, All Black Symphony from Miss Bombastic. Going forward is Jeune Royale from her outside barrier to sit up on the pace, and Bell Red gets a good trail fourth. 2 lengths Ina's Treasure, Sophie Princess, 1.5 lengths Bell's Regard. Trick next and Kingdom Babe travelling 3 wide, 1.5 lengths Brava Brava. Arborella's next, and then came Yakama, about 2 lengths away Staff Party, Something Hot, and then Begum and Call Me Lily 3 deep and last of all. Now Miss Bombastic strides to the front, heading out towards 1,000 metres by 1.5 lengths All Black Symphony. Jeune Royale is third. 2 lengths to Bell Red fourth, and then Ina's Treasure fifth on the inside. Kingdom Babe improving around her after racing wide. Then Sophie Princess, Brava Brava going up deep on the course, and they're followed then by Bell's Regard and Tricked. 1.5 lengths Yakama followed, then Arborell getting through on the inside of her. So is Staff Party and Begum up towards the home turn. Something Hot well back, and Call Me Lily is still last of all. At the 600, Miss Bombastic's going to corner about 3/4 up on All Black Symphony, striding to second. Kingdom Babe, Red Blinkers wider out third's done some work. Bell Red Sweats on a rails run about to present itself too. Ina's Treasure's coming home, and then Jeune Royale, Sophie Princess and Brava Brava. Miss Bombastic led at the 300 metres from Bell Red. Ina's Treasure, Kingdom Babe still there. Jeune Royale's coming, and Sophie Princess starting to wind up, and then Brava Brava, and next is Bell's Regard. 150 metres to go. Kingdom Babe moved up to Jeune Royale. Sophie Princess, Bell's Regard coming. Sophie Princess hit the lead. Bell's Regard tries hard. Sophie Princess wins it from Bell's Regard, tight third. We've got Brava Brava, Yakama and Jeune Royale close up, and just behind them were Kingdom Babe, Miss Bombastic, Bell Red. Then Something Hot followed by Tricked, Arborell, Begum, Staff Party, All Black Symphony, Ina's Treasure and Call Me Lily.
A blowout in the third event at Flemington today, with Sophie Princess winning at $51.90 and $12.70, ridden by star apprentice Michael Rodd, engaged to ride Prize Gem in this afternoon's Melbourne Cup. The minor player in the past 7 days, losing his brother Jason in a track 4. Now there's a problem with one of these in the barriers. Darren Gauchi's ride. Darvalant playing up. He's jumped out of the barrier stalls, Darren. And as for Darvalant, we're yet to see what they've done with her, but she's going to cause a delay for this upcoming race. Fair Embrace about to be led into the barriers, wearing those bright colours, the yellow with the pink quarters and cap, and Damien wearing a yellow pom-pom on the top of his skull cap. Now that's Darvalant, and Marouche actually coming out. Marouche, there's a problem with her. She's been playing up in the barrier stalls. She's one of the long shots in this race. A short time ago showing odds of about $140. Marouche, trained by John Simons, who has a couple of runners in this. He also saddles up number 16, Tara Thea, resuming from a break. Now in goes number 14, Latin Class, and Fair in
Trelaw away from the line with Past the Skies. Now Latin Class is in. It's out in gate 15, Raja Lane, and 14, American Graffiti. Got about 4 of them out, and there is concern here for Marouche, who apparently got fractures in the gate 2. River Dove has been easy. It's drawn gate number 1. Granaya out in 3. Empress Waltz ready in 4 and 5 is Fair Embrace. She could be a little bit of a handful in the gates. She's settled. Now waiting on Past the Skies to 16, and there'll be A late scratching here. It sounds as though it's going to be Marouche. Just looking down here at the start. So they're all in with the exception of gate number 2, and that's 17 Marouche to occupy that gate. And we'll just wait on this announcement. Marouche will be coming out, I feel. Marouche will be a late scratching at big odds here, number 17. It's well over the 100 to 1 point. It's $101 in the ring. They're racing this time, and River Dove on the inside bounced away quickly. Empress Waltz was tightened after the start, and Fair Embrace away quickly with Just Divine, Tarathea, Dan Viva and Granaya there on the flat side. Grandstand Rail out here, and Raja Lane, Agalia and Speaker going up quickly with American Graffiti. Further in is Girl of Illuminaire. They're followed by Dolphin Dance and then Latin Class and Past the Skies. Over on the flat side and taking it up is Tarathea from Dan Viva moving quickly. River Dove on the fence, a length and a half further back in the race then. Just Divine in the clear, just behind those Fair Embrace. A length Granaya followed by Empress Waltz coming down the Grandstand Rail. Out here, and it's Agalia just in front from Speaker and Girl of Illuminaire. Coming up the middle, Dolphin Dance from American Graffiti. The outside lane now, it's Raja Lane finishing quickly, and further back than Latin Class Past the Skies. Over on the inside here, and Fair and Brave on the inside, Empress Waltz. It took it up and dashed away. Empress Waltz kicked away from Granaya. They're well clear of Raja Lane down the outside, but Empress Waltz is going to bolt in. Empress Waltz by 3 lengths Granaya. Third home of the race is Just Divine. Then Raja Lane, Fair Embrace, further back River Dove. Past the Skies, Speaker, Latin Class, Dolphin Dance, American Graffiti, Galia, Girl of Illuminaire. Back to the inside then came Tarathea, who's well back in company with Dan Viva.
2 Empress Waltz, Glen Boss, 13.10, 370. 13 Granaya at $12. Check third.
Very easy win here to Empress Waltz, who got the upper hand pretty quickly over on the flat side for Glen Boss and kicked clear. And the flat were well out in front on that. Empress Waltz has had an easy win, number 2. It goes in the frame now, number 2. Flat side too quick there. 13 Granaya second, and third number 5, and that was Just Divine. So it's Empress Waltz at a barrier 4, defeating the second mare Granaya, who came out of gate number 3, and third number 5, and that is Just Divine, who came out of gate number 6. So the flat side dominating there.
Yeah, that was a very good win by Empress Waltz, and she's been racing very, very well indeed in Adelaide, stringing together a sequence of wins and racing very well. Tote dividends. Winner, number 2, Empress Waltz, at $13 the win, $3.60 for the place. 13 Granaya, $11.90. 5 Just Divine, $4 even. Quinella, $203.50, $203.50. Exacta, $379.30, $379.30. The 213.5 trifecta, $3,648.90, $3,648.90. The first 4 on 2, 13, 5 and 6 has paid $143,947. 2, 13, 5 and 6, the first 4, $143,000.
Starter addresses the field. They're off. She jumped a little awkwardly. Fair Embrace alongside of their Empress Waltz seemed to get into a bit of trouble. They're splitting again. Granaya and River Dove show pace towards the inside, and going fast Tarathea towards the lead, takes it up down that side. Also, Dan Viva was away fast, and Just Divine is in the bunch down on the flat side rail. Coming to the 800-metre mark now, and Raja Lane against the outside rail with the Galia. Up there is Speaker, Girl of Illuminaire, American Graffiti right behind them. Dolphin Dance is the widest. In behind those is Past the Skies and Latin Class last of the grandstand side. Over on the flat again now, they come to the 500. Tarathea headed to Dan Viva, River Dove behind them. Fair Embrace with good cover, but she needs to get a run. She's held up, and Just Divine is coming at them on the outside of those horses down on that flat side rail. On the grandstand, Speakers raced up to go to Raja Lane, Galia, Dolphin Dance, Latin Class running on. 150 to go though, and on the flat side, Empress Waltz bounded away from them. Granaya's coming home hard. Raja Lane leads this side, but it's all Empress Waltz. Empress Waltz bolts in, beat Granaya, and Just Divine's grabbed third. 1, 2, 3 down on the flat side. Raja Lane first home this side, but not in the hunt. Fair Embrace on the other side of the course again, in front of River Dove, Tarathea and Dan Viva. And the rest of them coming down the grandstand side there were Dolphin Dance, Speaker, Past the Skies, American Graffiti, Latin Class, Galia and Girl of Illuminaire.
Empress Waltz winning the Cannon Sprint Race 4 at Flemington today, ridden by Glenn Boss. How his day has turned around in such a short time. Of course, he was involved in that fall today in race 2. Empress Waltz paying $14.20 and $4.30, and what great form this mare by Rubiton's been in. She's trained at Kangaroo Island in South Australia, and she's now won a total of 4 races this preparation. Granaya ran second, $11.60. Third placing to Just Divine, $3.80. The Quinella returns $217 with the trifecta on the numbers 2, 13 and 5, expected to pay $4,856. Fair Embrace was the well-backed favourite, and she was a bit disappointing. Runners in the parade ring at Eagle Farm for the...
Nice type of horse. Brad Pengelly scored well. Number 2 beat 3 Fawaz, 9 Strasbourg and 8 Rouge Homme ran 4th. And a Sierra Day, number 1, took the first. Rob Brewer beat 2 Perfect Luck, 6 Lakeside Folly, and number 9 Silk Sarah ran 4th. Now Seralat, along with Bud, Napkin and Spin Jester, are the quartet to link in. Perfect day weather-wise. Crowd has built quite considerably between the second and this race. Many getting the afternoon off, and after finishing work probably at around about midday, they're rolling into Royal Randwick on this marvellous day in Australia, particularly in Melbourne. Now Bud and Napkin are the 2 to come up. Desert Dane is drawn over near gate 10, is owned by Darley Australia, managed by Oliver Tate. And slowly but surely we are seeing these horses come in. Little late money for Ingham's representative here, Coho, number 14. Best back runner though, Desert Dane. Desert Dane from Coho. So the 2 biggest stables in Australia, the Waterhouse team with Desert Dane, the Hawks team with Coho. Still Napkin with replacement rider Peter Roble aboard, walking around in company with one of the clerks of the course. And it shouldn't be long before Napkin goes in. Starter's down at the foot of his stand. And Napkin is getting a little closer. Not keen to go in. No, Napkin... he was led around in the enclosure for quite some time after dumping Brent Stanley. And then they secured Peter Roble. Anyway, they've got him in this time, so we're all set, ready to run. This is the 3rd of the day. Oh, now, hang on. Is it Napkin that's gone off in the gates? There is trouble there. Rider out of the saddle from Attracted. No, it's closer in. Hubcapper. Hubcapper's rider has bailed out. Hubcapper's rider is Alan Robinson. So there's been a chapter of incidents here. Now they've taken this particular horse out of the stalls, Hubcapper. And let's see what the decision is. Hello. He's out.